Thank you so much, Vinay Sir, to be in my show. It's called Mindfulness with Manish. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
It's been an interesting journey. From schooling to engineering to the armed forces.
Oh, you went to armed forces?
Yes, I was in the armed forces. I think we make mistake and then we come on the right track. Like learning a car, you kind of scratch it a little bit.
When we learn something new,
Absolutely.
we always make mistakes. We do accidents.
And when you're
stuff.
doing it on your own, I think life, we need to learn how to live.
Hmm.
I think yoga is simplifying everything and slowing down. Being in a very fast-paced world today, ask anybody how to live, they'll tell you, no take stress, stay with the family.
But they don't implement that.
They don't implement because they just don't have the time. They'll say they'll do it tomorrow. If you're doing anything to improve yourself as a person, is yoga. Yoga is the science of evolution. Who am I? Where am I headed?
So if you can answer that
and at least make an inquiry. Make an inquiry. See, there are people who have left answers.
But nobody knows the answer, right? Who am I?
We have left the path. All religion, all faith, nobody uses the term religion anymore. All faith is about inclusiveness. The minute I become exclusive, when I say I am better than you, that's when the problem starts.
So thank you so much, Vinay Sir, to be in my show. It's called Mindfulness with Manish. The goal for this particular podcast is about connecting with people to talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness can come in anywhere, in any field. It can come in tech field, yoga, like being aware, being conscious, being mindful. So that's what it's about. And I know you for past 1 year. I did the 21-day. It's called BLC, BYC.
Better BLC.
Yeah, BLC. Better living course, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. And from there I started teaching yoga also, and a lot of I know yoga is not just poses; it's also about theory, and you bring a lot of knowledge on that. When you used to teach, I used to make a lot of notes, and because that notes helps me in my teaching courses also. So before we get started, we're gonna go a little deep down into each and every part. It will be a very mindful conversation for me, as well as I hope the listeners also feel good about it. We're gonna touch a lot of yoga aspects and go a little deep down. But before we do that, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, where you came from, where you were born, and how you were introduced to yoga?
I was born in Mumbai. I consider myself a Bombay boy. This is home, and we grew up in the 80s. Things were very different. Things are very different now. It has been an interesting journey. From schooling to engineering to the armed forces.
Oh, you went to armed forces?
Yes, I was in the armed forces. So to advertising and checkered journey it has been. And about 6 years ago, I walked into the institute's gate, and that has changed everything for me. My perspective, understanding of life, and this philosophy that is so holistic, which I think is the need of the hour for everybody. But as you rightly said, everybody has their own journey. And it came to me at a very interesting point in my life. I realized that until you trip, you don't become aware of how the path is.
Right.
We are living very obliviously today, most of us, but a little bit of consciousness, a little bit of awareness. I'm not saying all, some of them actually do have it. But for most of us, I think we make mistake and then we come on the right track. Like learning a car, you kind of scratch it a little bit.
When we learn something new,
absolutely,
we always make mistakes, we do accidents.
And when you're doing it on your own, I think life, we need to learn how to live. We live, but we don't actually know how to live. Right? And once that comes, like for example, yoga is a philosophy. Philosophy is a code that you live by. We all have a philosophy.
So yoga is not just about poses.
Oh, yoga poses is a integral part of it. Keeping the body is a blessing, which we need to take care of. This is the only body we have. So might as well learn about it, take care of it so that it can sustain you.
Right.
We all want to be healthy.
Right.
Right. We do. We use the body, but we don't maintain it as much as we should. So it's like using technology. We use things, we don't know how they work.
Right.
We use a car, not many of us know how a car works. I'm not
Right.
saying it is important, but if you do, then you are able to, maintain it well.
Right.
You know the nuances of the instrument that you're using. This is an instrument that
That's
is
why people don't know how to use the body.
we use
Or
it
mind.
in the sense we use it mechanically, we know, but we don't maintain it. We don't we have learned about all of this. Yoga just gives you a glimpse of how amazing you are and how blessed you are with this body and how to take care of it. And even if you just maintain it, if the smallest of this thing, how it will sustain smoothly for a prolonged period of time.
Okay.
I think yoga is simplifying everything and slowing down and making the most of this for as long as you can. We are living in a very fast-paced world today, and that's how I was doing myself until I realized, dude, we have a limited number of time on this planet. So why not make it count? Why not relish every moment? I realized that everybody knows what to do. Very few of us do what we know. You ask anybody how to live, they'll tell you, don't take stress, stay with the family.
But they don't implement that.
They don't implement because they just don't have the time. They'll say they'll do it tomorrow. They'll do it some other day. They postpone this. I don't know why. I realized, yoga did not judge me. Yoga said, you know what? Come, have a seat, sit down, let's breathe, let's slow down. Now that you have nowhere to go, you know how.
So yoga taught you
Yoga
that.
taught you. Yoga did not judge. First of all, said, you know what? I don't care what you have done so far. I don't care. Just come, sit down. I'm not going to ask you anything. I'm not going to ask you to do anything. Just sit. Just sit. No questions asked. Let's quieten down. That yoga just did that. Yoga said, and I see today how people misunderstand yoga in terms of only asanas and pranayamas and what they understand of meditation. Yoga, our founder said, if you're doing anything to improve yourself as a person, is yoga. Yoga is the science of evolution at a very deeper level. You understand? We have come from hunter-gatherers to this place. It's through yoga. We may not call it yoga, but any progress that you do in terms of mankind is yoga. Anything that you do. The holistic understanding of yoga is union. Union of your consciousness with the higher consciousness,
Right.
your intelligence with the higher intelligence.
Right.
So the minute you become higher and not go back into becoming smaller,
That is yoga.
That is yoga. There is so much within us which cannot be pointed. Today we know so much about our anatomy, so much about our brain, right? Yet still our feelings and emotions are intangible, isn't it? We really don't know why they happen, what happens, and what is the purpose of it all. What is the purpose of it all? Philosophy is inquisitiveness, a little bit of inquiry within ourselves. Who am I? Where am I headed?
So if you can answer that
And at least make an inquiry. Make an inquiry. See, there are people who have left
but
answers.
nobody
for
knows
us.
the answer, right? Who am I?
We
You
have
have to go to a
left
guru or
the path. Our teachers, our religion, faith, misunderstood today. They have left the path. They are saying this, yes, we are all religion, all faith. Nobody uses the term religion anymore. All faith is about inclusiveness. The minute I become exclusive, when I say I am better than you, that's when the problem starts. I am higher than you.
Comparison part.
That starts.
That is
then I see you as someone else. I don't see you as my brother. I don't see you. You know what? It's okay. You may be different, but it's fine. You're still my brother.
I did one course under Sadhguru. It's called Bhavaspandana. There's a thing over there. It's a 4-day course. I'm not telling like what is every day, but one incident was where he tells you that whatever you are seeing, whoever you're seeing, it's part of you.
Right. Imagine
even
that.
Small human being, small and big human being. So
it takes a lot.
But I
to
can't
even consider that.
Yeah.
Even we can't comprehend this.
Yeah.
We can't comprehend this.
Even I can't imagine that.
Exactly. We can't comprehend. Our teacher used to say, when we study philosophy here, we study Sankhya, we study Yoga Sutra at the Yoga Institute. Our teacher used to say, see, if you don't understand this, that's okay. Because we have not trained our mind that much. We are trying to understand concepts which are beyond our comprehension. Because we don't have the patience to train the mind. See, Suppose if you have to understand quantum mechanics, quantum physics, interstellar, things, we can't get it in the beginning.
It takes time.
It takes a little while to understand the basics, make the basics strong, and make our headway into that direction, like math or something, right? For mathematicians, for astrophysicists, it is like simple. It is how it is. But for a lay person who's not that field, he'll say, I don't get it. I'll take you on your face value, but I haven't understood it. And forget understanding. Yoga is experiencing. Yoga is sitting down and going within, and it is, I think, beyond experience. But imagine how esoteric that is. And we are at the basic level, at the asana level. Fine, we can move it, get the body. What are these psychologists today are speaking about consciousness studies? What is it? And yoga has spoken about this a long time ago, years ago. We have been speaking about mind and the atma and the chitta.
Yeah, Western world is mostly thinking about asana and pranayam mostly, but yoga is more about...
That's okay. I'm saying I am glad that they have started. I'm glad, and yoga has become very popular in the last 5-6 decades.
During COVID.
COVID definitely, because we say, oh my God, we need to take this body. Suddenly some foreign pathogen is going to do so much to me. I need to build my immunity and all of that. I believe, but then even the West, when they got into yoga, the esoteric spirituality of having something to believe in, the Kundalini and the Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, and the Beatles doing the yoga, Maharishi Yogi, it's quite fascinating. The Indian sciences and the Asian things are quite fascinating for the West, and so be it. Esoteric, you can put Om in the background, sit quietly, do meditation.
That is also fine.
It's brilliant. I'm saying
whatever gives you peace.
Whatever gives you peace.
Exactly.
And it's written in the books. Concentrate on whatever. As long as you are inclusive, as long as you're not judging anybody, as long as it's your own journey.
Also, the yoga is like the final goal is to achieve samadhi. Is that the goal of yoga?
Samadhi is a tool. Samadhi is a tool. Samadhi is where yoga begins. So when we say Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi is a tranquil state of complete absorption. Even then, from there you will start. There are 7 layers
from
of
there
Samadhi.
You start the...
Start as in, there is you start unveiling even deeper layers. Samadhi is where you will come face to face with even more subtler aspects of your mind. Subtler aspects of the essence of things. There are 7 layers of Samadhi. Samprajnat, Asamprajnat, and Vitarka, Ananda, the wonderful, wonderful layers.
So what is the technique for the basic?
Ashtanga Yoga.
Ashtanga Yoga is basic. Intermediate is?
Kriya Yoga, Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishwar Pranidhan. Knowledge doesn't come from outside. Knowledge unlocks within you. If you are willing at that moment in time, paying utmost attention to that, it unlocks within you, and you're like, wow. You know, if you have to be ready for that, it may come as a catalyst from outside if you're paying attention. Everything is happening right now around you. As you said, if you're aware, an apple falling can unlock so many things, if you know what I mean. Weren't things falling before Newton saw
it was falling before,
Newton was ready at that moment
to absorb,
in time, to be ready and saying, I am going to dwell deeper into what just happened and unlock the mystery of this phenomena. So if you're willing and ready, and if you have paid enough attention to, there is nothing that you cannot understand.
Everything is there. Doctor knowledge, everything, science, everything is there.
We
humans can also fly. Maybe that exists.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The idea is how much are we willing to dwell into it.
But somebody has to do some research, right?
Right. Yeah. Right. There are people who are this thing, urge is there to dwell deeper.
Right.
And so nothing is invented. They say everything is discovered.
Right.
And if you have the patience and the willingness,
right,
and the faith, actually, it's written in the books. How do you start? You start with faith. If you don't have faith, nothing works. We are usually doubtful today.
This will not work. This will not work.
The doubt, Saunshaya, it's one of the obstacles on the path of yoga. If you doubt, our teacher says, doubt destroys what faith creates.
But you should not also have faith which you don't believe also. Some people blindfoldly believe something.
Faith is a beginner. See, they say we all move forward with faith. A child puts its foot forward in faith. He doesn't know whether it is going to fall or not.
Yeah, child is child.
No, we are children.
They don't apply brain.
Well, in fact, they apply more of their conscious this thing. They move. We all do things with faith, sir. We all do. There is nothing. Even if I don't believe in anything, I believe there is no God. I believe there is no such thing. I believe we only live once. That is our belief. That is our faith.
Right.
We understand faith in a context of following religion. Nobody uses the term religion anymore, right? They use the word faith.
Right.
And our gurus used to say, faith is not just religion, or religion is not just rituals. Rituals are important. Rituals we do to understand the truth behind the rituals. Rituals are how would we say, behavioral, this thing that we do to understand the truth behind it. So rituals, you are doing things to understand the truth behind that ritual.
Something, yeah. So you are actually defining the religion in a good form. So religion is basically a set of rituals. And then rituals are practices that you, like for example, getting in the morning, giving jal to
the Surya Namaskar, water, earth. We believe so much.
Everything has a reason.
Yes. Gurus say that religion is understanding, realizing the truth behind the ritual.
That's why they say Hinduism is not a religion. It's a way of living.
Well, of course it is. And we connect. We understand that we are blessed. This life, Hindu, the term, we are children of God, that higher reality, Ishvara, which permeates everything. That's why we consider everything sacred. We consider everything sacred. We make everything auspicious. Everything. We see God, this thing of God. The term God is also a term used for that power, that entity, not a he or a she or it.
So, what yoga has changed your life in this coming years? Like, what is groundedness?
Oh, yes, very much. Every day becomes a miracle. Every day becomes an opportunity. You understand the value of things. I am happy for people who are ambitious in a certain direction. They have a reason for doing what they are doing. I have just realized at this juncture in my life that I couldn't have been more happier than I am today. The day I lost everything, then I became dejected. Yoga told me, you already have everything there.
A lot of people are feeling depressed and stressed in this world.
I know. And for example, that depression, that lowness, how you bring them out? I say, move your body. See, I understood that there is a circle. Like your thoughts affect your emotions. Your emotions affect your energy. Your energy affect your action. Your actions affects your situation. Isn't it? Your thoughts affect your emotions.
It starts with thoughts.
It's the thoughts. And you have to be very careful of what you think, because sometimes the mind is so thinking, churning, and you're not able to stop your mind. It happens. So you control your mind with your energy. What I mean by energy is your breathing. Are you understanding? When I say what energy, how do I control it? Quieten down. Quieten the energy down.
I've seen that if you are feeling stressed, your energy pattern, your breathing pattern changes. So you have to be mindful on that.
Absolutely. So you can control your breath.
Yeah.
Right? You can. At least for a while. It becomes challenging. So it is, our rishis found out, our yogis found out that mind goes for a toss, my breath goes for a toss. My breath goes for a toss, my body, system, organ, everything goes for a toss. My breath is the bridge between my body and my mind. So I can control my body through my breath. I can control my mind through my breath. Relation, commit yourself to a relation. Well, today, if it is not working, you have an easy way out. Wedding, marriage will remain. People want, otherwise, we have become so individualistic today.